my hosts, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. I am going to be streaming Kerbal Space Program, as I said. So let's get right into it. Okay. That's fine. So, I've got a couple of missions that are in flight at the moment. But I just want to check on our to-do list. So, plant flag on Minimun, that's in flight. Plant flight on the Mun, again in flight. Flyby Eve, we have a vessel that is in orbit, waiting on the next thing. We have gathered, deployed mystery goo observation from the surface of Minimun. Our current Minimun mission has that on it. And gather from the Mun, we will have to fly up another mission to do that one. So, we have these missions all scheduled up. So let's... Who out of our crew do we have currently? Astronaut Complex. We do actually have another pilot that we could schedule for that Mun vessel voyage, but given that he's low XP, and given that the we've got a day. Yeah, let's get another rocket into space. Okay, launch open. So, also, while we are here, I'm gonna just double check something. Contracts. Rescue. They're all rescue. There's nothing particularly interesting. That could double up. So we'll load up. Where is it? Minimun tour plus Minimun Visitor 3 plus tour. Load that up. We'll remove this bit from the top. And this will be the one we'll use to put goo on the Mun. So, crew, we have don't have any pilots, although we're potential pilots we could recruit. Don't save. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I'm just going to go with the ones I've currently got. So, let's warp to our next one. To the alarm clock. Warp next. I just prefer this display. Okay. Jump to vessel. Just grab my thing. Delete and close. So we'll get ourselves angled up. Right. There's nice. Okay. Yeah, all angled up nicely. 14. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay. Coming into orbit. Just lightly to keep us at the right spot. And there we go. So let's scout out a landing spot. I'm thinking we will land here. Just double check that we haven't got any landers or any other craft. Landers. Oh, seems pretty absence of any craft. In that spot. So I'm here. Remove a node, bring it forward a bit because it'll actually, oops, wrong way. It's going to say like that because with the orbit it'll come around. So That's in 56 minutes. Yep, got plenty of time to do that. Add it to our schedule, so create alarm. For maneuver. Right. Just you like that. And walk to our next maneuver. Oh, there we go. Die. Over predicted. Close. So let's go and adjust that maneuver right now. Let's not bother adjusting the maneuver. We'll just do the maneuver and go harder than before. So switch to retrograde. Why are you behaving like that? Yeah. Sometimes the SAS has funny ideas. About where it should be doing. There we go. Start burn immediately. Right. Use this to save this game here. The last thing I want to do is come down on top of the slope. Saying that, just out angled slightly. Hopefully that should, yep. Just slightly change the direction. So we're closer into the peak. Go into right. Thanks. There's our... It's a crater. Landing legs out. Oh dear. That's exactly not what I wanted. And oh, just overshot. So I'm going to point it point myself south. Give it a quick burn. We'll allow ourselves to drift a bit in. And then once again, kill velocity. So even if we kill velocity completely, we should be over the, so take ourselves down to say 50 meters a second. Really? Oh. Let's descend till we are, say, 40 kilometers up, and then kill our velocity. Basically, we can use all the fuel in here because we're going to be dropping this stage anyway. So being overly wasteful for it is not a big concern, so long as we don't do anything really silly. 3.8. Actually, it's 38 kilometers. A nice descent. Back off here. Just let ourselves fall naturally now. Let's fall to about 20 kilometers. I'd actually say 25. Okay. See things starting to pop in, which is a good sign, which means we're getting very close to the surface now. Okay. Our velocity is dropping at a good rate. Right. Okay. 21 kilometers, descending at 80 meters a second. Okay, 60 meters a second. Fuel's almost depleted from this stage. I'll ease back on the retro thrust. Right. Twenty kilometers up. 19.5, coming on 19.5. 50 meters a second. Just concentrating on landing. 19, 18. Gonna do a final safety burn. And then switch to the next set of thrusters for just the landing. So I'm going to do that once we get to 10 kilometers up. Or when I lose my so full thrust. Just want to burn the last bit of fuel out of here. Down to 10 kilometers up. 12, 12.5. 12 kilometers. Stage. Stage. Engines activated. We are losing velocity nice and quickly now. Down to 10 meters a second. Ease us off. Let's drift down. Right. 10.5. Just gonna do a quick save here. Nine. Right. 8.5. 8. 7.5. 7. There's the stage hitting the planet. Right. 5.5. 5. Just easing it down. No need to be impatient. We want to get to the planet. We want to get to the planet in one piece. 4 kilometers up. Three. 2.9, 2.5, okay, 1.9, 0.7, 1.5. Let's get ourselves down to something really slow. Right. Yeah. 1.1. Just feather ourselves down. 8, 700, more thrust, 500, 4. Seven, 6. Down 2 meters a second. Oop. Overcooked it slightly. Right. Come down about 4, 3, 2 meters a second. Okay. Main engine cut off. We have landed. Now let's remember to do science, log temperature, log pressure, observe the mystery goo, keep that. Crew report, keep that. EVA, come off here and take surface sample, keep that. Surface samples are really good. Right. Has anybody talked in chat? Nobody's talked in chat, so nobody gets a flag. We will call this one Martin, because Martin was talking in chat on our last voyage. So head back here. We will collect science from these instruments once we get close enough. Come on. Ah, must have been on the other module, other side. Collect data, remove data. Right. Collect some data from here. Take the data from there. And and from here as well. Okay, data. EVA report. Keep that. Switch on our RCS. Oops. Switch off our RCS. Let's go around to the other side. Okay. Again, switch on RCS. Jump. Squirt ourselves forward. Miss. That's better. Okay, let's climb up. Oopsie daisy. No. You are. Probably can switch on SAS for you. It's a bit bizarre. Oh, there's the RCS. Okay. Turn you around. Jump. Jump. Forward. There we go. That's not the one we wanted to be on. That's fine. Jump. Oopsie daisy. There we go. See if we can get ourselves to board. F to grab. B to board. Okay, let's save this. Why are we in docking mode? So, save game. It's switched on. Now we want to turn east as soon as we launch. So, let's have a look at maneuvering node. Say 45 degrees. Keep an eye on that fuel gauge there. Say when we get to about 10 kilometers. Actually More like 100. Eh, 20. Right. Maneuver to circularize. It says it's about a 30-second burn time. We'll have plenty of fuel. Right. Just a quick fast forward here. Take a sip of juice. And right. Okay. Oh. Here we go. A nice recirculation burn. Should take us back into orbit. Just checking on that. Yep, that's all nice and done. Double check. There's no obvious problems with that. Nope. I am going to leave you in orbit because I want to make sure that the other craft lands first. So go here, warp to this one. Sorry if that flickering was disturbing to anybody. Okay. Slow it down and get a jump. Jump to vessel. A delete and close. Right. You've got to actually fix your orbit up. Because I'm noticing that you're disturbingly going to have an apoapsis that is within the planet. So let's find the there we are. Oh, we actually decided to fix that. Cool. Let's get you here. Just burn. till you are, say, 40 kilometers. Got plenty of fuel anyway, so previously we would have just get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to save this because there is a tendency for us to skip through re-entry. So sticker cells retrograde. We will fast forward as we come down. Where's that? Okay. Now let's drop all of these extra parts we no longer need. Goes there. That. And finally that. Okay. Those things explode in rather spectacular manner as they re-enter. Excellent. So you will come down for a nice re-entry. Oh, we actually did a skip. It's a little painful, but it does happen. Right. Now it's going to be a question, does this get below the Kármán line before we exit the atmosphere? Right. Where has the vessel got to? Come on. Sometimes it forgets where we are. There should be a spaceship here. And something buggy has happened. There it is. Said there should be a spaceship here. Right, I'm going to need another orbit. And that next orbit's in about an hour, so we can actually just fast forward through that. Okay. We realign ourselves for re-entry so that our heat shield is facing the planet. Got a bit of an operator bit of a controlled yeah, so just do that to dampen our movements. That did not dampen our movements at all. Okay. That's actually not too bad. Oh, it's a nice looking island over there. We might be actually visiting it. Right. So, standard re-entry. A little bit of a wobble. Perhaps this altitude is dropping. Going to be 46 kilometers up, but that's falling as well. So as soon as this gets below 70 kilometers, we'll know we haven't skipped. Looks like we'll have an ocean landing instead, which is fine. Okay, so nice smooth landing. What is that there? Oh, I think that's a bit of debris from our previous thing that landed cleanly. Might have to go and clean that up. Right. Now we have dropped both ends below carbon line, and Paris is actually below the surface, so we'll start arcing down. Got a continent coming up on the other side. So everything is going quite smoothly now. Okay. Nice re-entry profile. We are flying east, so we've got to get a sunrise soon. Thing is, because we are up actually so high, you're not flying directly east, we are actually flying west. So ignore what I said, that's actually a sunset over there. It's pretty scenic. Can get some really spectacular sights out of Kerbal Space Program. We are pulling just about a G. Now, let's see if we can actually watch the sunset as we descend. Because the higher up you are, the later the sun sets and the earlier the sun rises. So as we fall down, you can actually see it. The sun dropping below the surface of the horizon. Okay. We've dropped into supersonic realm from the hypersonic. We are getting slower and slower. we can deploy our chutes. We can do that soon. I would say about a kilometre up. Actually 10 kilometres up. We will deploy our chutes. See there, the sun has completely set. Right. Chutes deployed. It's really spectacular bits of scenery. Has it done the whole... Still, yeah. It's a peculiarity of this style of vessel that last separator can get stuck, but it will come loose when the switch the lights on. It'll come loose once the chutes deploy fully. Okay. There we go. And just as I said, okay, let's fast forward just a little bit here. And that was the heat shield splashing down, destroyed in the process. Right. So there we go. Coming in for a nice splash landing. Over these sort of rolling waves. Recover vessel. Now, did we get any science from this? Let's see. Ah, 12 science, so 52 science in total. That's a good amount. Parts, crew, 4 XP, level 2. Excellent. That's all I wanted. And we got repeat. Planted on the Mun. Nicely done. Okay. That done. I'm going to take a quick break to stretch my legs. I advise people who are watching to do the same, but to come back in about 5 minutes to continue watching me play Kerbal Space Program. Thank you very much. the game. So, next stop is to get some see if we can get some science. So the thing we are trying to go for currently is this fuselage. Not the cargo bay. So we can unlock these. And we'll be able to unlock the cargo bay with our next 160, which we should be able to pick up from missions that are still in flight. So okay, we are going to get scientific data from surface of Minimun. This is now true. We can do that really easily. We want to land another mission on Mun to put down that new scientific equipment, so we'll pick that up as well. And let's have a look. Well, first things first, we will set our guy in orbit of Mun. Oh, let's turn off some of these extraneous ones. Yep. So you we point in the direction of the Mun for a landing. Sorry, in the direction of Kerbal for a landing. There we go. Yeah, we're going in that direction, so we want probably here to maneuver. Go the other way. Oh, that's too aggressive. Right, let's move it forward a bit. Okay. That's good. Right, so we angle ourselves in. Take that up slightly. And we will get you like that. Quick fast forward. And we'll do our escape burn. Right. So escape burn to return to Mun orbit, or actually return to Kerbal surface. So escape burn, and then we'll have a re-entry soon. So 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, burn. I'll just monitor this on the map, because fine-tuning the orbital intercept is what we want to make sure that we do. The atmospheric re-entry, I mean. Here we go. Right. So this is coming down nicely. Okay. 18, 200, 100. Oh! And we've overshot slightly. Let's just fix that up. Come up to 40 kilometers, because that's the safe re-entry depth I've found. If you go down deeper, you've got to for some reason wanted to. Okay. Did not respond to my inputs while that menu was there, which was kind of irritating. Now, yep, Mark. Yeah, well, it does have aliens. In fact, we are the aliens. We are little alien people who fly around in spaceships and land on planets. And what's that doing there? Cancel that maneuver. So I'm going to add a maneuver there. BOGO's binted? Not sure what that reference means. So I'm going to create an alarm just to remind myself to re-enter correctly. So we'll fast forward to then. There's the planet that we are going to be landing on. And we'll be doing a re-entry quite shortly. So we'll delete and close that. Right. Close our alarm clock. And now that we've dropped below 70 kilometers, means that we've entered the atmosphere. I'm just going to remove all the extra stages from here, which will now burn up. Just going to rearrange some of these staging elements. Watch all the excess parts of our ship burn up in the atmosphere. We're getting a nice bit of compression heating here from the atmosphere pushing against us as we travel hypersonically. Take a sip. Pulling about 2 Gs. I am thinking, let's have a look at the map. Just zoom in. We are coming down over the ocean. I'm pretty sure we're going to land in the water, which is fine. So it'll be a nice smooth splashdown. Which is completely within the design specifications of this spacecraft. Okay. It's a pity it's another night landing. Switch the the cabin lights on. Okay. We are dropping below the speed. Slowing down now. Right. I say slowing down. We're going over 1 kilometre a second, but relatively slow. Still getting a shock cone, but no longer doing that compression heating stuff. We can ditch the heat shield now. And in a few seconds, we can deploy the chutes. Okay. The chutes are armed. Where are my chutes? Ah, there we go. There, we got our parachutes. For a second there, I was worried that the chutes had failed. And that would not have ended well for us. We are nicely close to the sea, so, well, close to land, so it shouldn't be much of a problem to have a boat come up and out and pick us up. But thankfully that's all abstracted away, and I'll show you how once we get to the surface. Just going to fast forward this little bit as we come down. There we go. 3, 2. Get the full deployment of the chutes, and we'll be landing quite soon. So just a few 100 meters left to go, and we'll be able to collect this vessel from the ocean. How have you been going, Mark? I hope you have been going well. I have myself been quite okay. I did a bit of animation work for a new transition which I'll be debuting shortly. Okay, let's go recover the vessel. It's a team with probably rafts to pick us up. Brings us back to the main space center. Right. We got a lot of science out of that one. 282. Excellent. Quite a lot of funds. No XP for Jeb though. That's fine. But that means that we have unlocked this branch. Excellent, which is what we wanted to do. While we're here, we can pick this up as well. That gives us more options. It gives us a bigger heat shield. It gives us heavier landing struts. Gives us a launch escape system. Nice big parachute. And more landing gear. We needed that as well. Right. So, now that we've got both of our good pilots back on the planet, going to launch another mission. Just double check that we haven't. I'm just going to check what the missions we've got scheduled we can pick up. So anything else here? Tourists, they want to go to the Mun and Minmus. No, they're not going to do that. Yep, we are going to pick that one up. Oh, we've got all the active ones at the moment. Okay, that's fine. So let's launch another spacecraft. Loading up. Open. Get this one up and running. So we take off the extra thing at the top because we don't need that. We are going to put in as crew 𝕊𝔸ℕ𝔻ℝ𝔸 and do we have another scientist? No, we don't have another scientist. Let's hire a scientist. Save and continue. So we want a scientist on this mission as well as, and that's the best scientist we can get. Here we go. So we'll have a scientist and a pilot on this mission. Crew. Scientist. Save. And go for a launch. It's another night launch. Maximum thrust for launch. Okay, everything's ready. Main engines firing up. We will continue going straight up until we come to about 10 kilometers. Yes, another alien mission. This one is going to be to the Mun, or moon, which is the alien equivalent of the moon, basically. So, we can start leaning over a little bit, but not that much, because that's eek. That's not what we want. Uh-oh, this is not good. This is not good. Yeah, plunging towards the planet enough for oh, that's the boosters burning out. We're not going to have enough power to explosions aren't good either. This is not going well. Even if we manage to recover. Okay. Revert flight, revert to launch. Let's try that again. Thrust to maximum. SAS enabled. Activate engines. Yeah, I think I did. Okay. I started the gravity turn a bit too aggressively that time. Now this is a bit more stable. Okay. So we will just adjust ourselves slightly. Start to climb. 7 o'clock is up. Okay, there's something fundamentally wrong. Revert flight, vehicle assembly. There's something fundamentally wrong with the craft, and I think it's this fairing, because half of it's empty. So let's delete that. Delete the fairing. Build a new one. Let's see if making that change makes the ship a bit more stable. Because aerodynamics has a big impact on stability, but sometimes it's a little bit complicated how they interact. So let's try again. Right. So we're going up. Thrust to maximum. We are not seeing the instability we were seeing before. Looks like we've fixed that problem. Right. So the big main boosters are working excellently. About 200 meters a second straight up. Okay, 7 kilometers up, 8 kilometers up, 9, 10. Let's try to make a gravity turn. So we are easing ourselves over into a bit of a lean. That's happening better. Now the atmosphere is thinner here, so any aerodynamic problems we have. Okay. Drop the boosters. Now we can go sideways all the way. Be much more aggressive on the gravity turn. Right. We can pull down the engines. Maneuver node here. That tells us that we can do the next. We will circularize in about 10 seconds. Where is our vessel got to? There we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Burn. Okay. So this one now is making our orbit circular around the planet. We've got plenty of room for doing that, so that's good. Oh, I see what those are. So basically we stage through these re-entry things. And what we are... Yeah, that's a problem. Probably should have waited until the morning, because one of the problems is YouTube makes everything too dark. we are coming in to making a nice circular orbit. Let's have a look at the diagram. This is our current orbit, and as you see, this blue line is getting wider, and when it comes above the planet's surface, then we'll have a orbit we can deploy. Oh, that wasn't meant to happen. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's try that again. And this time, we will hit the button that says warp to sunrise. Check that. Yep. So everybody can see what's happening. Okay, let's go in. Right. So, nicely gaining altitude. Yeah, this one's... Now we can see what we're doing. It's a lot better. Altitude 5 kilometers up. Now we're 7 kilometers up. Start a bit on the gravity turn. A slightly more stable vehicle. Don't have to worry about it tipping over, smashing into the planet. So just keeping ourselves outside of that reticle. Drop those boosters. Over a bit more. And try and get ourselves up to orbital velocity. Here. Add a maneuver here to go into a proper orbit. Right. Deploy the shell. This time it doesn't blow up on us. We will go to recirculate our orbit. 2, 1, burn. Okay. So we are burning through there. The mid-stage boosters are dropped off, and we made sure we did that before we entered orbit, so those won't stick around and be a hassle to other vessels. And we will be soon emptying out this stage as well. So we have ourselves we are coming up on a nice circular orbit here. The engine's quite ready. So we've got 600 meters a second left of our burn. Haven't had any big nasty explosions this time, which is a plus. And things are going much better than before. $300. Just gonna check. Yep. Checking other missions that are ongoing so we don't have any sort of collisions. Switch to our nuclear engines, which we can't use inside the atmosphere because they don't work terribly good and would pollute everything. But out here they are very efficient, although they don't have much thrust. But that will finish off our circularization and give us a proper orbit. And if you watch this thing here, it's now below the surface, coming above the surface. And when that gets to about 70 kilometers, we'll have a stable orbit. And the camera's just shifting to take that into account. Right. There we go. Let's have a look at that. That's pretty nicely circular. Okay. So this is the Minimun. That's where we will be going to. So let's plan a maneuver. Just adjust that. We don't want to overshoot too much. There we go. Get it to be focused there. Want to get it to come down sort of nice and close. Just doing a slight adjustment here. There we go. Oh, we'll end up in a polar orbit. That's not too bad. And that 23 minutes for that mission. So let's add that to our schedule. Create an alarm on our next maneuver node. And then we can fast forward ourselves to that point in time. So, quick fast forward. Have another minute. There we go. Delete and close. Line ourselves up on that dot. And we will launch our vessel towards the Mun. And we'll probably see the moon come up across the surface pretty soon. Just because of the way things work. So, (17) 15 seconds to escape burn. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Escape burn. Ah. Getting a nice sunrise as we burn toward the Mun. You might even get to see an eclipse. So, coming up. Gaining altitude, or orbit's gaining size. We'll flick over here, see the apoapsis marker increase. Thinking after we get this orbit all marked up, we will save the game and convert to continue later. So, coming up. Go. Yeah, we've still got a lot of ways to go, but Mun being down there is kind of spectacular. As we are quite early on our maneuver. Okay. There we go. Coming up. coming up on that, we'll see a big burst in size. Yep, there she is. There's the one. Up the last few bits here. So you are coming out. So up. Just to make sure. That. Don't over or undershoot ourselves. Oh. Right. So come up to about there we go. Nice stable orbit. Have it over here to slow ourselves down. To almost nice circular orbit, ready to land. So we'll add you as another your orbit. Apply change. So, established that. We'll go back to the Space Center. We'll do one last mission, which is just to test out that bit of equipment on the launch pad. So, vehicle assembly building, and then we'll call it a day. Save. Here, so the part they want us to check is the 1.5 decoupler. So you 1.5. Note. Size 1.5. There is one size 1.5 decoupler. We'll stick a just a bit of fairing underneath it. For stability. Go for launch. Okay. Whoa! That had a bit more force than I expected. Contract complete. Excellent. Now we just got to wait for it to stop rolling about. And we'll be able to collect the parts. That's fine. Recover vessels. Okay. So. Accept that. Right. So. That is Kerbal Space Program for today. Thank everybody who is watching along with me and keeping me company. Thank you everybody who watches in the archives, and I will see you all later.